Ringing up Christopher Browell.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here, once again, leaving yourself another daily message as usual. Today, it's been 321 days that you've kidnapped my brother from my care and holding him hostage in your gulag of an institution somewhere that you're privately commissioning. It is not a care home. It is a de facto prison. You've created a prison for my brother to put him in there so you can have complete control over him, and you've commissioned the services of a care home provider such as David Crabtree from Sunnydale Care Home to create a prison for him. Therefore, I cannot have contact with him, he cannot have contact with me, so you can dictate terms and conditions. And you've decided that you will allow your people, your proxy agents, or people that are working closely with you, that are my siblings, to allow them access, so you can have a tick box exercise saying that you're acting in my brother's best interest, when the reality is that you're acting in your own best interest and are targeting and victimizing me. Now, I was given the date. You have anonymously, I believe, sent me an email on the 14th of May after I was released from police bail, on the singular condition that you had dictated to the police. So the police were also, West Yorkshire Police are also acting as your proxy agents. And no doubt you and the police have been working well closely together to target me and my family over the years and decades gone by. But as it presently stands, you have been removed from the police bail. There's no justifiable cause for me to not see my brother. It was quite clearly a contrived, machinated agenda that you had for me to visit and to justify me being banned from the care home, just as you had justified just as you had banned me from the nursing home a decade ago regarding my older brother. So you needed a justification to ban me, and Stacey was quite clearly commissioned to find a pretext or an excuse to ban me from visiting my brother. So therefore, you can justify me not having any contact with my brother. You've basically taken control of my brother. You're holding him unlawfully in your detention, and every day that goes by is a day of unnecessary human suffering that you are conducing. There's no laws that you're purportedly working under. You're just basically doing as you please. All the laws are geared towards the care service user, the person whose human rights are being violated, to ask them permission. You want to sidestep that by buying off the judges in order to achieve your objectives. I was given the day of the 21st of June that a safeguarding meeting is going to be taking a clandestine safeguarding meeting is going to be taking place at the care home, where all the professionals are going to get together and make a decision how next best to proceed in me and my brother's absence. So you people all the so-called professions are going to get together and dictate how our life is going to be planned out, and the laws and anything legal and lawful is just thrown out the window, because ultimately you're in control of our lives now, and you're dictating terms to further target and victimize me. How's that worked out for you? I mean, it's been a decade, 10 years, over 10 years, because you started this in 2012, in July or in August 2012, when you re-entered our lives after having spent the previous 10 years from 2002 to 2012 covertly working with us, and covertly or not directly into targeting us. It was done under a veil of separation, and now all of a sudden, for the last 10 years, or from 2012 or last 12 years, you've been directly targeting me and trying to make me go bankrupt and stealing all our money. How's that worked out for you? It doesn't faze me. It's like a water off a duck's back. You've been doing this for 2 decades now. I've got very used to it. But look at what's happened in the process. Over the last 12 years, you've murdered my brother Nazem. You've murdered my mother, and now you've kidnapped my brother for the second time and are refusing to engage with me, and are buying off anybody and everybody in order to rescue yourself from being exposed as being criminals and abusing your position of authority and power. And this is where we are now, 2 decades later, over 2 decades later, and you're looking to play the same. Nothing's changed over the last two decades or 2.5 decades that I've been dealing with this situation. You're all the same. You're abusing you're taking money from the public purse. You're taking money from you're taking public money and squandering it on your own vanity projects, whilst causing human suffering through your lies and deceptions, and then covering it all up nicely by buying off the undermining the independence of the judiciary, by undermining the ministry, by corrupting the Ministry of Justice, by buying off all the solicitors, the barristers, the judges. I mean, so much effort. If you're taking your time and effort and resources into doing your jobs properly, you wouldn't be in this situation. You are spending so much time, money, and resources in doing something wrong and failing at it. You might as well put that time and effort to do something right and succeeded at it. But that's not how you operate, innit? You're backwards, and this is the queer definition of being backwards. Rather than taking your time, money, and resources and doing what you're told to do and what you're supposed to do, you rather and having a possibility of succeeding, what you do is you turn everything around and try to do everything that you shouldn't be doing by believing that you're cutting corners. You're not cutting any corners. All you're doing is exchanging incompetency and misery to achieve your objectives, and a complete failure. We'll see who loses in the end. You're all a bunch of losers. You won't let me see my brother. There's no justifiable reason why I can't see my brother. There's no legal framework in place. All you're doing is you are clearly violating my brother's human rights to a private family life, so you can institutionalize him and financially plunder and profiteer, as you have done in my mother's case. And when the money runs out, you're just basically gonna kill them off, and that's your business model, isn't it? To plunder and exploit, and then eventually murder people, and then say that, oh no, but we were just doing our jobs, and lessons will be learnt. All the lessons that you're looking to learn is to help better from being exposed, and it's just pure acts of villainy and tyranny as usual. I'm sick to death of leaving yourself a daily message every day, all simply to be ignored, so that you can continue to torture my brother to death. And this is all happening because the West Yorkshire Police have been commissioned to continue this investigation indefinitely now, without a bail date, without anything like this. Just continue to investigate while we plunder all Talib's finances in a care institution that it does not belong to. I mean, this issue now is 10 times worth, or many orders of magnitude worse than what the post office scandal or any other scandal, because those you can argue that there were failures and mistakes, but this is just plain blatant malicious, vindictive vendetta you've got against me because of your own incompetencies in adult social care. So it's completely ridiculous. I urge you to get in touch with me and look to resolve the situation, or at least let me see my brother, because you can't hold him like this, and tell the police to end their futile investigation, because every day that goes by is a day that £1 million is a liability is accumulating on yourself, and no doubt the West Yorkshire Police or the joint enterprise that you've all got together and looking to target us with.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up.
I'll just hang up. Don't need to do any further today.